The history of Europe is a vast and layered story that stretches across thousands of years, marked by rising civilizations, cultural transformations, great struggles, and moments of extraordinary human creativity. It begins long before written records, when early hunter-gatherer groups roamed forests and river valleys, shaping their lives around nature. Over time, these early communities learned to farm, build settlements, and form the first organized societies. Slowly, Europe became home to cultures that would leave a lasting imprint on the world. Among the earliest major influences were the ancient Greeks. They lived in small but independent city-states where people argued about science, philosophy, politics, and the meaning of life. Their ideas about reason, democracy, and beauty became a foundation for Western civilization. From mathematical theories to dramatic storytelling and early forms of government, the Greeks planted seeds that continue to grow even today. The Romans expanded this legacy by building one of the most powerful empires in history. Their armies marched across Europe, linking distant regions with roads, bridges, and aqueducts. They introduced law codes, engineering techniques, and organized cities with markets, forums, and public baths. Latin, the language of the Romans, shaped the future languages of Europe, and many modern European countries still follow legal and administrative ideas rooted in Rome. When the empire eventually weakened due to corruption, invasions, and internal conflict, Europe moved into a very different era. This next phase, often called the medieval period, was a time when kingdoms rose and fell, castles dotted the landscape, and life revolved around land, farming, and loyalty. Society became organized into rigid layers, where kings ruled from their courts, nobles protected their lands, and peasants worked the fields. Religion held extraordinary influence, guiding daily life and shaping art, architecture, and education. Although this age is sometimes remembered as dark or slow, it was also a period of transformation. New farming tools increased food production, trade routes expanded, and towns began to grow, bringing new ideas and opportunities. As centuries passed, Europe experienced a burst of creativity and curiosity during the Renaissance. Artists created paintings and sculptures that celebrated beauty and human emotion. Scholars studied ancient texts, explored new scientific ideas, and questioned old beliefs. Explorers sailed beyond the known world and reached distant continents, beginning an age of global exchange. These journeys connected Europe to Africa, Asia, and the Americas in ways that changed food, trade, culture, and politics. But they also created conflicts and competition among European powers seeking wealth and influence. Europe continued to evolve with the arrival of the Enlightenment and the scientific revolution. Thinkers began to challenge traditional authority, promoting ideas about human rights, reason, and equality. These ideas fueled political changes, inspiring revolutions and new forms of government. Meanwhile, advances in science and technology radically altered daily life. The Industrial Revolution marked another turning point. Cities expanded as factories replaced rural life. Machines increased production, transportation improved with railways and steamships, and societies became more urban and interconnected. But industrial progress also created social tensions, harsh working conditions, and competition among powerful nations, setting the stage for major conflicts. The 20th century brought two devastating world wars that reshaped the entire continent. Borders shifted, empires collapsed, and millions of lives were lost. After the wars, many European countries recognized the need for unity to prevent future destruction. They began forming new partnerships and institutions to promote peace, economic cooperation, and shared progress. These efforts transformed Europe into a region focused on stability, recovery, and rebuilding. In the modern world, Europe stands as a blend of diverse cultures, languages, and traditions. Ancient ruins sit beside modern cities, and centuries of history continue to influence art, science, philosophy, and politics. The continent's story is one of constant change, of empires rising and falling, of ideas spreading and evolving, and of people striving to create a better future. Europe's long journey shows how human ambition, creativity, and resilience can shape a region and leave an impact on the entire world.